So in today's video, I'm going to talk about why this Comica Boom X-D wireless audio transmitter and receiver system is one of the most needed and necessary filmmaking tools for solo filmmakers and pretty much anybody who needs a device that's specialized like this one is. More after this. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Geoff Fagien, and if you're new here, I'm a filmmaker and director of photography based in South Florida, and this channel is a place where I post some of my work, some behind the scenes of that work, and talk a little bit about gear. And in today's video, we are actually going to talk about gear and talk about this wireless transmission system for audio from Comica called the Comica Boom X-D Plus wireless transmission system. And the reason that this system is so great is it's one of the first small compact systems that has two transmitters that go to one receiver. So there's a few reasons why this is really great. And just to let you guys know, I'm actually using one of these transmitters to go into the camera. So all of the audio that you're hearing is from the Comica lav set. I am using the lav that's included with the Comica kit. The transmitter's down here, and then this is the second transmitter that it comes with. Since I'm just talking to you today, there's really no reason to use both of these transmitters, but I wanted to have this one to kind of show what it looks like. Now, let me take the little furry kitten off, and so this is what it looks like coming out of the box. And what's really great is the audio from this microphone is pretty decent, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this puppy on real quick, and then I'm going to turn mine off. And I'm going to show you what it sounds like. All right, here's both of them. Then here's turning this one off. All right, that's off. So here is the audio coming straight out of the Comica included mic. It's not coming out of the lav. It's coming straight out of this microphone right here. And then the next thing I want to get at is the really cool thing is it comes with these furry kittens, dead cats, whatever you want to call them. And it comes, and this is the first one that I've gotten from devices like these that it actually was made properly. So if you see right here, it's got the little silicone parts that fits right on to the microphone right here. And it's perfect. You know, you can move it around. It can have a lot of movement, and this thing is not going to fall off. Very sturdy, and sorry for all that moving, but you can also hear the sound quality of how it sounds with the dead kitten on. So as I mentioned, the really cool part about this device is that you can have two transmitters into one receiver. So it works in two ways. You can either use it in mono mode, which basically mixes the audio from both devices into one channel, or you can use it in stereo mode, which is something I actually kind of advise. The reason being, what it does is it splits the A and the B transmitter into a left channel and a right channel. So you can in post split the audio up and have two separate lines of audio, and you can make them mono on your own if you'd like. And what that does is it isolates the audio from each microphone. If you don't do that, you can have it on mono, but the issue you're going to run into is you're going to have crosstalk on the one audio channel that you have at that point that's mono with both sources. So if you want to be able to isolate it, you can. Make sure it's in stereo mode, and it'll put it on the left and the right channel. Another really cool part about this kit is, as you see how small it is, the receiver is just as small. And due to the size, you can put this on your hot shoe mount and use it on cameras like this Lumix G7 I'm using to film this video, and put it on a gimbal. And what's really cool is you can now do walk-in talks with two subjects, maybe someone interviewing someone else for a documentary, a news piece, whatever it may be. And you can do walk-in talks where both subjects are mic'd up, and you can talk with them and not have to worry about it. Now, I'm not really going to get too scientific into range, because most of what I film, the farthest I am away is like 20 feet, and that's a stretch when it comes to, you know, sound recording. So I know I've seen some tests, and I'll put some links in the description down below of other videos that did in-depth tests. They basically saw the range around 50 feet before they saw issues. The only thing I can tell you from experience is that you pretty much do need to have the transmitter facing the receiver. If you don't, and you actually even turn your back to it, even if you're really close, there is a possibility for the signal to cut out. So this is a line of sight transmission. Now, if you're shooting documentaries, where you're really close to your subject most of the time, that really isn't an issue. But if you're trying to shoot incognito stuff where you want someone to be wirelessly labbed and they're very far away, this may not be the system for you. But where this system really works out, especially because a lot of the times you're in somewhat closer proximity, is live streaming. You can take a camera like this G7 and have two subjects, one camera that's 4K, and you can have them both with audio hooked directly into the camera, and you could do live streaming with a very simple and compact solution. Not to mention the fact that you can shoot in 4K to a 1080 stream, basically crop in and do all these different angles from one camera, but you don't have to have all these different solutions with you in order to mic two subjects up, which is really cool to have. The other thing to mention is the receiver has a headphone jack. That seems to be a big thing that a lot of these companies are including in their wireless audio systems, and it's great for cameras like the Lumix G7, G85, some of the Sony like the a6300, a6400, a6500, even a6600. A lot of them, they have the microphone jacks, but they don't have a headphone jack. So with the headphone jack, you can now monitor your audio, and it adds another one of those solutions that helps you in the field, especially if you're a one-man band. So I do highly recommend this Comica wireless transmission system for audio. The only thing I will mention is the audio straight out of camera is very good. All of the audio is high quality, but Comica does something with their mics where they tend to not have a lot of bass. So for this whole video, you have heard the mic with a slight bass added in post. So I want to let you know now, this is what it sounds like without the bass added in post. It's really not that bad, and I've used the older Comica wireless transmission systems without any bass boost. If you see this old video I'll link to in the description below, it had pretty much the same audio quality. It just wasn't very heavy on the bass. So this is what it sounds like with the bass added back in. As you can tell, it's a little punchier, but it's really up to you whether you want the bass or you don't want the bass. It's not necessary, but sometimes you like it. I do like it. A lot of people like the Rode Wireless Go's because out of the box it comes with that bass added in. So if you want to add the bass in, again, very simple. It's literally a plugin in Premiere called Bass, and it makes it sound great. Again, here's what it sounds like without the bass added, so you can again have that comparison, but it's not too bad. And the bass that I'm adding is a very small amount. It's like 5 on the level for bass. So it's really not that much, and it just adds a little bit of a punch. So here we are again with the bass added back in, and that's pretty much it for this video. I very much enjoyed this Comica system, and the next video that I'll put out is actually a sequel to my Weebill S review, where I'm going to be putting this whole setup on the Weebill S, including the wireless transmission system from Comica, and we're going to go around and we're going to test it, and we're going to have 2 subjects, and that will kind of be a sequel to this video as well. I just didn't want to get into the whole gimbal using with this, because at that point it's really more about the gimbal and less about the wireless from this device. So stay tuned. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after, but I will be putting that video out within the next month or so, especially as things are starting to open up around here in South Florida. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, or if you have any questions, please feel to put them down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell. And until next time, my name is Geoff Fagien. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.